Alright, second video of the day. I'm finally back to scheduling more videos. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We back in full force. Yeah, I think that's what the last video was called, back in full force. But now we're back to scheduling now, and I'm super excited. But I want to use this video, and I wish the Minecraft music would keep playing. I freaking wished. But actually, let's spend some time just fucking around here in my world. Hold on, I'm a little retarded. What did I just do? Oh my god. But call me a pussy. I just want to walk around my world with you guys and talk. But I don't even know. Like, now I'm getting a little distracted by all this. And this looks so beautiful with the shaders, by the way. Oh my god. I am thinking of putting pink, the pink tulips, the ones over there, over here. I'm also thinking of using, should I use grass blocks instead of the moss? Maybe. Because it looks like a bunch of like shrubs there. But it doesn't look like a bunch of like, it doesn't look like grass. You know, I'm not going to concern myself. No, I'm not going to concern myself with it right now. But really what I want to talk about you guys, or talk with you guys about, was a movie I've been like, very inspired by lately. And maybe this is a review, maybe it isn't, but it's about a movie I liked that was called, and I referenced it in another video, it's called Perfect Days. I forget the director and the main actor, lead actor. But I want to talk about it because it talks about something that I need to hear for a long, long time. And I feel that if I need to hear it, I think a lot of other people need to hear it too. That's so cool. Oh, listen to the music. But I always loved Minecraft music. Just taking a little aside here. Loved Minecraft music. I always loved it. Thinking I could do like one row here too as well. If I were to... Oh, shit! I'm not building nothing yet. Yeah, because this looks gigantic. I think I should just make it like a 2 thing. Actually, I can maybe do that right now. Yeah, I can do that right now. But I want to talk about this film that I like called Perfect Days. Oh, that's the fucking camel. I thought it was a zombie. I'm like, wait, didn't I put it in peaceful? But this movie, Perfect Days, I talked about it in a previous video. And all it is, it's about a man who cleans toilets for 2.5 hours on film in the middle of Shibuya. And why this movie is so impactful to me is because it showed me something that I could never see myself, which was the fact that you can still enjoy life not having to be so ambitious and so like hungry for success. I want to look at this. I actually like that. That looks so good. I'm going to use these guys. But in this movie, and I'm not going to spoil it, but in this movie, you end up meeting more of this man's family, and you can see that, especially with, I'm not going to give too many spoilers, but with his sister especially, you can see that there's a disconnect between both of their lives, because one of them lives more frugally, and one of them lives more, you know, extravagantly. His sister constantly is driving in new fancy cars, and you can only really get this from like 10-15 minutes of her character being on screen, that she's gone through multiple marriages and thusly divorces, and in all honesty, she's not just in the best place. But you have a man who cleans toilets who, and to many people's eyes, is doing a inferior job to her, but yet is still so happy. Even in the film, the sister says to him, "Are you seriously cleaning toilets?" And even when they're having a serious conversation, the guy just goes, and this is all important because her daughter comes to meet with him. So his niece, I'd say, because she would be then, I don't know, yeah, probably niece. But they go to, that's also a sideways shulker box, that's funny. But, yeah, that looks good. But they go to meet, right? They meet each other. And the niece hangs out with the uncle, the main character, and he gets bullied sometimes at his work, like, ew, why are you working, you know, why are you fucking working as a garbage collector, right? And he just laughs it off with her. And that's something I really like. He just takes complete pride and ownership with what he does, and every single day he works his job, he takes time to appreciate, you know, his hard work, and he always tries to find ways to innovate and improve his toilet cleaning skills. And again, like, I even tell my parents about this story. They go, how can a man like that enjoy his life? And I'm just like, because he does. And that's the whole point, is that on his lunch breaks, he takes time to look at... Oh my god, that's so nice. Wait, is that nice? That's the thing. I don't know if it looks better or worse. The way I have it here... I like it this way. But he kind of just spends time doing what he likes, and even on his lunch breaks, he spends time just taking photos. Is this like a random ass chest? Oh, it has like... Why is there a leather cap? I'm such a weird guy, honestly. Also, you can craft saddles now? That's so fucking cool. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, you can craft saddles in the new new update coming out, which is so cool. But the niece comes over, and she is taking a break from her own mom, the sister to the main character. And you typically think, like, why would someone do that? But it's so obvious to me because... Did I put the fishing rod away? Where did I put the fishing rod? I definitely put the fishing rod somewhere. There we go. But, it's because it kind of goes to show that no matter the wealth that someone has... Also, I'm going to turn it back on to normal. No matter the wealth someone has, life, it can still not be fulfilling and enjoyable. And I think that's a point to be made, especially in this film, is that you can enjoy life and technically be broke or not be ambitious or not have a big dream. And that even those with big dreams should take a chance to enjoy the quieter side of life. How am I going to do this? Are they connected? Hell yes. There we go. But yeah, it gives people the opportunity to enjoy the quieter times and enjoy the times where you just hang out, because, to be honest, everyone knows the archetype of the poor, the rich and lonely man. That you're so wealthy that all you have is people around you who want to leech off of you and all that. But I'm getting sidetracked. The niece hangs out with the uncle and they start biking around his area. And what happens is they meet at a point, and yes, obviously I already told you I'm in spoiler territory, but they go to a point where they could possibly explore the ocean. I didn't even put the Prot 30 book away. But they go to a place where they could possibly go to another point and move to the ocean. But instead of going to the ocean as per the niece's suggestion... Is that a diamond chest plate? Oh, this is from yeah, you can take that off with a grindstone. But that's from the end of the city. But instead of going to the ocean like the niece suggests, the uncle, the main character, goes, like, he goes next time. And the niece obviously is curious why he would say that. She goes, what? And then the uncle goes, next time is next time, now is now. And they chant that all the way back to his house. Right? And at first, my interpretation was that, oh, this guy doesn't want to take a chance. I feel like he's moving so much faster. Am I crazy? I feel like I'm fucking crazy. Like, the fish is moving fine. Yeah, the skeletons are moving just fine. Maybe it's placebo. Woo! Oops. Alright. But maybe it is just placebo. Maybe I'm crazy. I swear to God, are they moving faster? No, I don't think they move faster. If it's tick rate 20, it's tick rate 20. I need to find out maybe it's random tick speed that I fucked with. This is why you shouldn't mess with all this stuff unless you know how to revert it. But yeah, they chant that mantra of next time, now is now. And I immediately thought at first that this was just him not being open to whatever. This is not being open. He's not being open to experiences. But really what it came down to is I realized that this character kind of wants to just enjoy the moment with his niece. He isn't trying to chase the next big thing. You aren't guaranteed tomorrow, but you don't have to do everything today. You don't have to chase all the biggest things right now. You can stay a bit more grounded today and do something bigger tomorrow. It doesn't always have to be today. And that way it gives you something to look forward to. And that's... he obviously continues with his routine after the niece leaves. But what happens is things start to get a little bit more difficult for him. He has a close relationship with his coworker, a younger coworker that tries to court a girl. He obviously fails. But in his attempts, like, this is obviously past what I'm talking about, but, like, earlier in the film, he begs for, like, I think $120 for, like, a piece of music, like a CD, that the girl likes. And he says, hey, if that makes you happy, so be it. Gives him the money. But deep down, he didn't really give a shit. Because he knows for him, that's not what he needs to be happy. But that's my point. This coworker of his, in the pursuit of finding more girls, he calls in for the day. And he enjoys spending time with his coworker, so he's kind of sad about it. He has to do his work by himself, and then the next day he calls in again and says, I'm sorry. And a new person has to replace his old friend of his coworker. And then the bar he goes to, there's a lady there that runs the bar, and he doesn't have a thing for her, but they all had kind of a thing going on. Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? But the woman at the bar that owns the bar, she and 3 other visitors all came with him together, or meet him there together, and they sing and dance and spend time together. But this time, especially just these past 2 days after his coworker left, she starts hanging around with a whole different group of people. Ooh, what's this? Curse of Vanishing? Bye-bye. But maybe I should have kept that for a grindstone, but whatever. Anyways. What is it? He starts getting even more sad because he's like, okay, now the people I hang out with are going to maybe different bars. The person I used to hang out with and was close with is now hanging out with new people. I feel completely upset. And he's still taking photos of the sun on his break. He's still putting them in boxes. I didn't say that because, yeah, he takes photos of the sun, or like the leaves, shadows getting hit by the sun on his lunch break, and puts them in boxes if they capture what he's trying to capture. And there's a term for that in Japanese called komorebi, which is the sun, which is the shadows that are created from the leaves that are hit from the sunlight. And he honestly gets really sad after all this. He starts crying, and he goes to the beach to just, like, he goes to, not the beach, but he goes beneath a bridge to just sit down and be with his thoughts. And he meets with his sister's ex-husband, who's about to die from cancer, and his dad's also about to die from cancer too. He finds this out around this time as well. And what happens is, in this moment, especially after hearing from the ex-husband that he's dying from cancer, meeting him underneath the bridge, they play shadow tag underneath the bridge. So they try to tag each other with their shadows, which is so fun. But you can see that even in the darkest moments, this man's still trying to find the best in every situation. And the whole reason why this movie impacted me so much that it did is because of the last scene from the film. And what it is it's another ordinary day for him driving to work. He always plays music on his way to work, and he's just driving. But this time, instead of smiling or keeping a content face or feeling the way he would feel, he fluctuates between happiness and sadness. Happiness then sadness. He smiles then cries. Smiles then cries. And of course, Nina Simone's Feeling Good plays in the background, and that gets you in the feels. But it got me thinking, maybe he fucking hates his life. Maybe this film is to say that you can only appreciate the good things around you, or like the ordinary things around you, so much that you can't constantly be chasing that, and you need to be more ambitious. But after watching so much content on that ending and thinking about it more, I realized that's absolutely not what the director is getting across. What it means when he's crying and smiling pretty much at the same time driving to work after all the hardships that approached him in the past few days is that these things are a part of life. It's that good and bad is a balance. They're not things. No one has a bad or good life. Shadows cannot exist without light. Good cannot exist without bad. Excellence cannot exist without hardship and people breaking. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? And it made me realize that every single time I would hold on to a negative, and every time I would allow negativity to swarm my life. Hold on. Just making sure all my music is on. Oh, whoa. Hold on. Sorry about that. That's my music library for school. But anyways, it made me realize that every time I got negative about something or felt a certain way about something, it fluctuates. Good and bad is a part of life. To be feeling good and to be feeling bad, that's life. And to hold on to one or the other, you're kind of holding yourself back. Because a lot of people smoke and a lot of people engage in shitty behavior to get away from traumatic experiences in the past. And of course, it's easy to say just stop doing that and they'll stop. Like, it's so fucking rich for someone who doesn't experience that to say that. But really what it comes down to is what you're experiencing is just life. I hate to say it. Everyone's going to go through something traumatic. Everyone's going to experience something good. But to deny the good because you're chasing the bad, and deny the bad because you're chasing the good, you're not living a full life. You're not living a life. You're barely living as it is. You're just coasting day by day. And it made me realize that at some point you gotta just sit down and start appreciating what's around you and appreciate the present. And of course, we all know the quote: "Yesterday's history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift." That's why it's called the present. But it made me realize that I've been taking walks at the park for granted. I've been taking going out with my woman for granted. I've been taking going out with my friends just because for granted. I've been taking playing video games with my friends for granted. I've been taking everything for granted because I keep thinking about bills and all this shit. And it's like, why don't you build a life that makes you feel comfortable? Why do you want to feel comfortable with how everyone else is living things? Like, the way I want to live is, yes, I want to achieve riches and go further than my parents, but it's not only that, it's to... I described it to, like, my wife easily. It's that, I want to live in a way that... Okay, I'm sorry, I'm distracting myself, but I described it to my wife that I want to live, that I can just go on walks with you. I want to go on more walks with you. That's all it is. I want to live a life where I enjoy what I do, and it allows me time and less stress for me to just appreciate the things around me. Working in a 9-to-5 cubicle, getting stuck in fucking traffic on the way home, and then rotting away on a TV isn't a life. To me, that's a shitty life. I would hate that life. And that's the rest of your life. No summer vacation, nothing. That's your life. And honestly, I'm terrified of that. I'm terrified of being a hard-on and chain my whole life. This movie made me realize that you should never chase riches for the sake of chasing riches. You should chase a life that allows you to enjoy the things you love the most. And what I love the most is my woman and my friends. And I appreciate them for everything, and I could never, ever take them for granted. And in all honesty, that film made me realize I need to be more like that main character. I need to appreciate what's around me, and it's the reason why I'm taking more initiative on, you know what I'm talking about. I want to call you, man. But it made me realize that I can't run away from my problems. I can't run away from things because I'll have to catch up to it eventually. Good always comes with evil. Bad always comes with good. Shadows always come with light. They are balanced. They'll always come around, and you need to live in a way that you can appreciate it all, and maybe appreciate. This is what it also helped me with. It's the final thing I can say is that it helped me reach a state of mindfulness. It made me realize that at the end of the day, you need to just look at things and let it pass by, because that's life. You can't sit here and hold like attachments to things. You can't hold attachments to the trauma you had since you were a kid and let that define you and then your family and then your future family. Because not only are you letting other people not live because of your own lack of will, but you're also denying yourself life. You're denying the things around you. And really, deep down, think about it. If you're so caught up thinking about something, you'll never see what's in front of you. Like, I'm looking out this park right now that I grew up at. Also, my mom just texted me. What's this? Check out a unique opportunity. You did it years ago. Let's see what it is, Mama. She sent me lots of texts. What is that? Canadian Screen Awards. Amy, oh, her old friend used to do that with her years ago. Maybe I'll do it then. But, ooh, a water bottle! I should just drink it. I'm a little bit thirsty. And let's keep the glass bottle for potions. But I realized that I can't run away from things, and if you are constantly inside your head about things, you'll never see what's in front of you. And honestly, I think this film is perfect. After seeing it enough times, I give it a close 9.5 out of 10. Like a 4.5 stars out of 5. The only reason why I wouldn't say it's a perfect movie, I don't know, I want to call it perfect. I really do, but I feel like I have my gripes with it. And I don't want to just give out that perfect rating when I don't necessarily feel like it's perfect yet. Because I'm only like 2 weeks removed from this film. And I haven't even seen it like twice. Well, I mean, the dream sequences are pretty fucking funky. Especially when he goes to bed. The dream sequences are funky. And maybe it does feel a little bit mundane, like it's kind of boring, but that's just kind of how life is. Sometimes it's going to be boring, but you need to find a joy in what's boring. Really, what Perfect Days is it's a reflection of life and how you should be viewing it more. And I can't lie, I appreciate that. I think that ends the review, but I do want to talk more about a video I want to make, which is me building a copper golem in this freaking world. I want to build in this world more. And I don't really care what people think if I'm using keep inventory and shit like that. Oh, you're a pussy. Well, I want to keep my world, dipshit. I don't want to after that be like, oh, I'm not going to play on this world anymore. Oh, let's hop in this world. Oh, I don't have any of my old tools. Never mind. I don't have any of my shit here anymore. Like, I want to build it on my hardcore world. Like, shut up, bro. Just build it because you want to have fun. I want to work on the vlogs, and you know, you all know the deal, like the pickle. Look at me with my freaking armor. Anyways, I loved hanging out with y'all, but you know what I'm gonna do? Let's just hang out in silence and listen to this music before we go. I always love the Minecraft music, you know that? Especially now, the new soundtrack has just been insanely good to me. I don't know. I've just been appreciating it a lot more. And after seeing Perfect Days, I've been playing An Ordinary Day from the Minecraft Caves and Cliffs soundtrack so much more. And I just see the ordinary days flash in front of me. Like the color green from the trees, especially after this rainy day we experienced today. To me, it looks beautiful. Honestly, it looks beautiful. And I don't think I would trade it for anything in the world. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. And even then, I'm content. My friends ask me if I'm content. Yes, I totally am. I love my friends. I love you guys. I love my woman. I love my work, even though maybe I'm not the best employee. I hope to constantly do better, and my heart's in the right place. I'm happy I'm in school. I'm happy I'm doing this. I feel content. I really do. I guess I'll end it here. Like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense. I love y'all. Peace out.